We are the only organization that has the opportunity to exclusively provide services for victims, survivors of domestic violence, and their dependent children, as well as to educate the community about the issue of domestic violence. The Coaching Boys into Men program is a new initiative, and with that, the boys in the schools really do have an opportunity to learn more about healthy relationships.
In 2017, the Pennsylvania Coalition Against Domestic Violence reached out to Domestic Violence Center of Chester County and asked us if we would be interested in trying to pilot the Coaching Boys into Men program. They had seen a ton of success with this program in the Pittsburgh area, so they wanted to see if the Philadelphia area could also see some success. We have already seen the program grow from, 3 teams in 2 schools to almost 8 teams in 5 schools in 4 different communities in Chester County. And that growth is just so exciting for us to see.
I grew up as an athlete. I played sports, played baseball, ice hockey, rugby, served 10 years in the military, and then I went on to West Chester University where I graduated with a degree in international relations. During that time at West Chester University, I became keyed into social issues, gender, race, things of that nature. And so as I was looking for a job and I saw the Coaching Boys into Men position open up, I thought that was something that called to me based on my experience as an athlete, my experience as a leader in the military, and my interest in these social issues.
We have been in existence for more than 45 years, and all of our work has been centered largely around direct services to victims. But over the past 10 years, we have become more informed about educating the public. And so the Coaching Boys into Men is one example where youth can really learn about healthy relationships. And again, our goal is to help break the cycle of domestic violence. And this program certainly does help to break that cycle.
1 in 3 teens across the board, regardless of gender identity, deals with violence in their relationship each year. So we know that it was affecting the young men and the young women, and I knew that it was something that we had to address with both the boys and the girls. And I think that we've done a whole lot of work in our society to empower young girls. We've told our girls time and time again, you are powerful, you are strong, you can be anything you want to be. And if you want to be the princess, you can be the princess. And if you want to be the astronaut, you can be the astronaut. And I felt that the boys were being left behind. There was no empowerment program for them. The curriculum's really easy. It's this 12-week card series. Each week has a different conversation to have with the athletes. Everything from taking personal responsibility for your actions to consent and respect in relationships. When you're standing there and you see something happening that makes you uncomfortable, you see something that's disrespectful or violent or just not right, and you want to say something, you might not know how to say it. You might not want to stand up. You might not want to stand out. But if you see one of the athletes in your school, one of those leaders stand up and do something and say something, there might be 10, 20 kids in that group watching, wanting to do something. When they see someone else do it, it gives them that initiative to do it. Oh, you know what? If he can step up and be a leader, so can I. And then later on, when they do end up in another situation where they can stand up and do something, maybe they will. It's that ripple effect. One person does something and it ripples out throughout the school and hopefully throughout the entire Chester County community.
This program is important to the young men involved because not only does it give them the opportunity to have conversations that they were afraid to start themselves, but it thrusts them into a leadership position because one day these men will go on to become leaders, say in their jobs, in the military community, at their schools, wherever their next step in life takes them. And the ability to treat all people with respect and have these open, honest, and forward conversations is an integral part of becoming a leader. So I believe that's why it's so important. It prepares them for the leadership that they will see later in their lives.
I was part of some teams where some guys maybe took some of the joking and some of the situations a little bit too far. And I felt like I was at times maybe sitting on sitting on the sideline and being a observer of it, when I wish I could have maybe stepped up in different situations.
Our coaches have really been in that position for a long time in these student athletes' lives. They are role models. They are leaders for these young men. And while they're tackling important issues, a lot of the coaches we talked to said they weren't really sure how to talk about these issues. And that's really where the card series came in. It gave them the tools to be able to speak to these guys and be better role models for them.
Introducing our high school team into coaching boys into men, it's been, we've really touched on how to communicate with each other, being positive, understanding when, the difference between, joking with somebody or being degrading. That's been a big part of our lessons that we've touched on. Coaching boys into men program has been great for myself, my coaching staff, and the boys within our program. I would recommend this program to any sports program or club that's really looking to grow, not just as athletes but as young men. And that's part of the role that we're in as a teacher and a coach, to teach them how to be accountable and responsible. And coaching boys and the men really touches on all that, and the decision making and treating people and women and girlfriends with respect. And it goes a long way, and I think our community and people in general could really use that.
I commit to take a stand against relationship abuse.
And I believe that violence is neither a solution
Nor a sign of strength.
I understand that by treating everyone with respect,
I am a role model to others.
by taking this pledge, I publicly denounce violence against others.
A world of respect starts today and starts with me.